Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again. Shornack's back. Shornack's back. Tell a friend. La da 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 da. La da da da. La da 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 da. La da da da. Hello, children. Hey, today, after we finish something, we started learning about hyperbole, understatement, which is the opposite of hyperbole, and then onomatopoeia. So we watched some videos, we played some Jeopardy, and now we're going to do a worksheet. Usually when I've done this in the past, when we've had paper worksheets, hyperbole and understatement's been on one side, onomatopoeia has been on the other. But since it's not like a double-sided worksheet, it's just a worksheet together. So let's go to this worksheet. I'm going to make it bigger because, again, I do that sometimes or it's hard for you guys to see. Okay. Hyperbole and understatement. Directions. You're going to read each example, determine whether each is an instance of hyperbole or understatement. Choose your response and explain what's being hyperbolized. We're going to highlight in red hyperbole or understatement. Example, the moon was high, all were sleeping, and the whole world was at peace. Well, that's an example of hyperbole, because the speaker is exaggerating how peaceful things were. Some people have to be awake, and a lot of people are always fighting. So, number one. When the internet came, it changed a few things. 2. The universe is a pretty big place. 3. Without you here, each minute becomes a year. 4. You have to work a little bit if you want to be a professional athlete. 5. Cassie has 1 billion friends. Okay, so now let's go up and let's do number 1 together. So, when it came to the internet, it changed a few things. So a lot of times with hyperbole, especially though with understatement, you got to be really careful because understatement is very sarcastic in its word choice. You must be real careful again because in reading it, when you read it out loud, you kind of hear the sarcasm again because this is going to be an understatement. Because when the internet changed, it changed a few things. Changed a few things? The internet changed a lot. Heck, we can't do remote learning. When we used to not have the internet, nowadays, if we didn't have the internet, we would have to take actual snow days. And as much as you guys love actual snow days, that would mean we'd have to go longer into the school year. And that'd be fun for no one, precious. So I believe this because you could say the internet has changed almost how we do everything. Because you can book reservations through the internet. You can transfer money and deposit money on a bank through the internet. You can date through the internet. Instead of there's just so many things that the internet does for us. So the internet changed just about how we did everything. So that's how we're going to do hyperbole and understatement. And I will tell you, I think that there are 3 understatements and there are 2 hyperboles in this worksheet. And we already did one of the hyperboles. So you have 2 hyperboles left. Or sorry, we did one of the understatements. So we have 2 hyperboles and 2 understatements left. Now, let's go down to onomatopoeia. And I forgot to credit ereadingworksheets.com. I will do that in my master copy. This is where I got these from. Onomatopoeia. It's always hard to say onomatopoeia. It's actually onomatopoeia, but we don't say it that way. Remember, onomatopoeia is when the words that we spell out, when we say them, they make the sound that they say. Like if I was actually burping, burp is onomatopoeia. Ha ha, onomatopoeia. So read each sentence and circle the onomatopoeic word. Also explain the noise it makes. We're not going to circle the word. We are going to change the word to blue. I'm going to change the word text to blue. I don't like the way I wrote that. That just doesn't sound like proper English. There we go. So you're going to read each sentence and change the onomatopoeic word text to blue. Also, you're going to explain what makes this noise. So again, I'll read them, and then we'll do number 1 together. The trees shook in the wind and the hail pattered the tin gutter. Big Pat did a cannonball in the pool and made a big splash, so they got everybody on the poolside wet. Tommy made me laugh so hard in the lunchroom that I snorted milk out of my nose. The shelf in the hallway fell and the thump made us jump. Sound like Dr. Seuss. Sean knew that the shot was... Rewind. Sean knew that the shot had been successful when he heard the swish of the basketball net. It's real hard to do that because I'm reading these sentences because I want to give some emphasis to those onomatopoeic words. It's what you do as an orator, someone who likes to read their poetry out loud, but I can't because that's going to make it too easy for me. So let's go back to number 1. The trees shook in the wind and the hail pattered the tin gutter. So I know what people are going to look and they think that shook should be one because shook kind of makes that sound, but I think the better answer is pattered, when you patter or something. So we're going to change pattered to blue. And then what made the patter sound? This is a little tougher. When the trees shook in the wind and the hail pattered the tin gutter. It was the hail that did the pattering. And it makes that patter sound and it hits the gutter. So that's what I want you to do on 2 through 5. Again, there's only one word in 2 through 5. And then tell me what made that onomatopoeic sound. This is a 20-point assignment. 1 point for the first part for telling me correctly is it understatement or hyperbole. And then another point for telling me why you believe this. So that part's 10 points. And then for the second part with onomatopoeia, it's 1 point for highlighting the correct word that is the onomatopoeic word, and then 1 point for telling me what is making that noise. As always, pirates, if you have any questions, please raise your hand in class. Please message me on Schoolology. Or if we have something that's known as remote learning anymore, please unmute yourself and say, Mr. Shornack, I need assistance. Thank you very much, pirates, and have a super sparkly day.